Hello guys! Today we're checking out 10 must-read web novels that will pull you into epic worlds of mystery, magic, and mind-bending plots. Whether you're new to web novels or a seasoned reader, these picks promise jaw-dropping twists and unforgettable stories across fantasy, isekai, and cultivation genres. With that in mind, let's dive in. Starting off at number 10 is The Author's POV by Entrailed J.I. This fantasy novel has a witty twist on reincarnation. Imagine dying and waking up as a minor background character, an extra in the very novel you wrote. The protagonist is literally a failed author who had only one success, and now he's reincarnated into his own story as a nobody. At first, he's relieved he is not the protagonist, but he soon learns that even background character's life has its dangers. It's a meta fantasy roller coaster that constantly flips the script on typical chosen one tropes. Interestingly, the beginning might feel familiar to the novel's extra. The premises are similar, but the author's POV quickly carves out its own path. The self-aware humor and sharp twists make this one really fun. At number 9 is The Advent of the Three Calamities by Entrailed J.I., a hard-hitting fantasy about emotions and power. The Advent of the Three Calamities is a riveting web novel that explores the intricate dance of emotions. Its plot begins when the protagonist, Julian Evanis, suddenly finds himself inside a video game world he's never played before. So Julian must navigate a dangerous academy and strange magical system while uncovering who he really is. But what really stands out is how much this story digs into human emotions in a unique style. This story combines action, romance, comedy, and transmigration in an original way. The blend of urban fantasy and high-stakes action keeps the pages and your pulse racing. Coming in at 8 is the novel's Extra by G. Gab Song is about a creator literally trapped in his own story. Kim Hajan was an aspiring novelist who's been stuck in a 3-month hiatus because of writer's block and story slumps, receives a fan email asking permission to remake their work just for personal enjoyment. Though initially hesitant, they eventually grant permission, moved by the reader's devotion. The next day, he wakes up to find that his unfinished novel has become reality, and he's become a mere extra in it. In other words, he had become his novel's extra, a filler character with no importance to the story. All he can do is cling to the main plot he wrote, but the world doesn't match his story exactly, so he must use wit and the bits of knowledge from his novel to survive. Now he must navigate the plot events he created, desperately trying not to die. Number 7 is a cultivation classic with a twist, Regressor's Tale of Cultivation. By Tremendous, the protagonist and his co-workers fall into a cultivation world while on a van. Everyone magically gains abilities except one guy, a completely talentless office worker. With zero talent and no special gift, he lives an unremarkable 50 years as a mortal, and then dies. But death isn't the end. He wakes up at the very beginning, memories intact and armed with the power of regression. Every setback becomes a chance to rewrite fate, every choice a step toward immortality or annihilation. Tight plotting, relentless determination, and fun surprises make this one a must-read. I personally recommend it. It's one of the best cultivation novels out there. At 6 is The Beginning After the End by Turtle Me. If you love grand action and heartfelt moments, this is one you won't want to miss. We follow King Grey, a powerful monarch who dies under mysterious circumstances and is reborn as a baby named Arthur Lewin in a magical world. As Arthur, he remembers his past life and vows to live better. He grows up as the magic-wielding child of retired adventurer parents, befriends elves and dragons, and tries to correct his past mistakes. Let me tell you, the fight scenes are some of the best out there. Overall, tbate balances pulse-pounding action with touching moments. At number 5, Re:Zero by Tappei Nagatsuki. The protagonist, Subaru Natsuki, is an ordinary shut-in who is abruptly summoned to a medieval-style world. Almost immediately, he is killed while helping a half-elf girl named Emilia, but then he magically revives some hours earlier in time. After dying a few times, Subaru realizes he has a power called Return by Death, meaning he relives past moments whenever he dies. The plot follows Subaru as he relives brutal tragedies as he tries and fails again and again to save Emilia and his new friends, carrying the trauma of each death while nobody else remembers the timelines he lived through. If you like nail-biting suspense and time loop mind games, Re:Zero is definitely for you. At 4 is Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint by Sing and Song, a mind-bending modern fantasy that pays tribute to the power of stories. ORV starts with a novel called 3 Ways to Survive in a Ruined World, which has been running for years. Kim Dokja, the only person who has read the novel all the way through, finds the real world suddenly transformed into the world of that novel. His unique knowledge of all the novel's plot twists becomes vital as real disasters and monsters begin to appear. The plot follows Kim Dokja teaming up with Yoo Jong-yuk, the novel's original protagonist, to change the unfolding events and survive. Together with a small party, Dokja navigates scenario-like challenges, uncovering mysteries and trying to clear all the scenario and reach the epilogue. The plot is incredibly thick with twists and surprises. ORV is a wild ride of suspense, drama, and meta storytelling, and the complex plot and memorable cast make it a must-read for anyone who loves big plot twists and epic world building. At number 3, we have Reverend Insanity by Gu Zhen-ren. Fair warning, this one is dark, gritty, and controversial. It's even banned in China. Fang Yuan is not your typical protagonist. He's basically a demon in a cultivation world. He was a modern-day scholar who got transmigrated, and after 500 brutal years, he finally gets cornered. At the last second, Fang Yuan uses a mystical goo creature to send himself back in time, all the way back to when he was 15. Now young again with full memories, Fang Yuan is ruthless. He has no qualms about scheming, betraying, or killing to gain power. The world is grim and realistic, with satirical takes on human nature and politics. It's a hardcore read, but if you're into morally complex stories where the protagonist will do absolutely anything to win, this one is for you. Highly recommended if you want a dark, unique spin on the cultivation genre. At number 2, Lord of the Mysteries by Cuttlefish That Loves Diving is a richly detailed dark fantasy novel blending steampunk, Lovecraftian horror elements, and a world inspired by late Victorian Europe. It begins in the year 1349 of the Fifth Epoch, when Zhu Mingri, a modern-day Chinese youth, performs a ritual meant to bring good luck, and unexpectedly awakens in the body of Klein Moretti, who recently died by suicide. In this mystery and magic-laced world, filled with steam-powered machinery and arcane societies, now Klein struggles to adapt and uncover the truth behind Klein's death while searching for a way back home. Along the way, he discovers he has a mysterious supernatural power that no one else possesses. The intrigue is wild. There are evil cults, ancient gods, and layers of mystery that keep unfolding. LOTM's world building is super immersive. You get everything from occult rituals to steam machines, and the plot is intricate. It's definitely one of those stories you have to read, and I'd say it's highly recommended for fans of mystery and epic world building. And at number 1, Shadowslave by Guilty 3. Topping the list is a dark and relentless action thriller. Shadowslave follows Sunless, an orphan living on the outskirts of a grim, polluted city. In this world, people gain extraordinary powers by surviving the worst nightmares imaginable. Sunny never had parents or friends, so he's tough, suspicious, and completely self-reliant. When he's cursed by the nightmare spell, he's forced into a nightmarish dream realm. Sunny is ruthless, cunning, and very treacherous. He trusts no one and will use anyone or anything he needs to survive. The stakes are insanely high, and his powers come with a brutal drawback, making each challenge more intense. Sunny is forced to undergo trials and tribulations, forge unexpected bonds, and slowly unravel the dark mysteries behind the world itself and the ancient harrowing gods that created it. It is packed with action, mystery, and dark lore, and it really showcases amazing world building. If you're new to web novels, Shadowslave is a fantastic starting point. It's fast-paced, easy to read, and just a gripping ride. This one comes highly recommended for newcomers and veterans alike. That wraps up our 10 must-read web novels, from dark fantasies to isekai thrillers. Which ones are you adding to your reading list? In my opinion, you should add all of these. They are all amazing in their own way. Did I miss any of your favorites? Let me know in the comments or drop your suggestions below.
Before we go, I want to give a huge thank you to Dead Soul, Immortal Toast, Saw Nothing, and Mellow Lotus for their reviews and help. Thank you all.
If you enjoyed this rundown, smash that like button, share with your fellow readers, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and happy reading.